Are you starting?
Oh, I
You're
can't
not.
see.
Oh.
I couldn't tell that it started.
I was like, are you gonna talk?
I can't tell. You have the better angle. I couldn't even see that the count. I thought the countdown was still going.
Oh, it's only 5 seconds.
I'm cracking up. I'm always missing my cue. Hey, Liv.
Hey,
So we're missing the duh in the
it's
awk.
just awk.
It's just the awk today. So what should I say? Should you go?
I'm Olivia.
And I'm Karris. Welcome to the DOK
Awk.
Podcast.
It's awk today.
The DOK Podcast. I'm cracking up. I was thinking about that all morning. So I was like, okay, make sure you
That's
get the
so
intro
funny.
together. And I still missed.
It's okay. It's okay.
I missed it.
It's okay. You look good, so it's okay.
I couldn't see it. It's just so hilarious. So, hey, Liv. Hey.
The D is at camp today.
Yes, we're missing the D.
She's at camp.
She's probably living her best life.
She is. She loves camp.
Yeah.
Jumping in lakes and
Yeah.
playing with bugs
Paddleboarding.
and, the
All
parent trap life.
Yeah. Yeah. She comes home tomorrow. Tomorrow?
Yeah.
So I'm super excited. Miss her.
Yeah.
So it's just you and I
yeah.
today. Yeah. What we gonna talk about?
I don't know. I think we should do fishbowl.
Okay. So some of the fishbowl questions, one of them is like the lighthearted questions, and the other one
I think it's that one.
or the
These are
lighthearted
long.
ones.
These look long.
Okay.
You should pick one of those.
Pick one lighthearted one. Okay, to get us started. Okay. This is funny.
Dang.
Okay. What is the best piece of relationship advice mom has ever given you? And what's the worst?
I don't know. That's a tough one.
I don't even know where this came from.
I don't even know how to answer that.
Well, what has been some good relationship advice that I've given you over the years?
I don't know. I don't know.
None? Nothing good?
I don't know. That I'm a gem? That's all I remember. I don't really remember much.
Okay. Say more about that.
That's all I remember you saying.
You're a gem?
Yeah.
Well, what did that mean for you, though?
You tell me what you meant when you said that.
Yeah, I mean, I meant you're like top tier.
Yeah.
Like you're not just some random girl up off the streets. Like you're the Olivia Jackson.
Yeah.
So I just meant that, you're a beautiful woman inside and out.
Yeah.
A gem, a shining gem.
Yeah. That's all I remember. I don't know.
That's it? Okay.
Yeah. I mean, do you remember things that I don't remember?
I mean, I think I have given you lots of great relationship advice over the years.
I think I'm more of I need to experience things myself kind of person than like somebody just saying things at me.
Yeah.
And I think the more people say things at me, like the more I'm going to try it and see what I need to see for myself. And that can be good and bad. But I think I'm more of somebody, what do they say? I think I'm like I have to touch the stove when it's hot to really make sure it's hot. Like I'm one of those people, I think.
Okay.
So like really, whatever you told me, not like it's gone in one ear and out the other, but like I'm just like, okay, I'm gonna find out for myself. Like, when people are like, I'm gonna mess around and find out.
Yeah.
That'd be me.
Oh no. Okay. Fair.
I'm gonna find out. I'll be finding out.
Yeah.
But like I have to like go through my own experiences for it to clock in my head.
Yeah. Yeah. That's fair.
Yeah.
That's funny. So you can't think of any like the worst advice I've ever given you?
I don't know. I just never really like wanted to listen. Like I feel like I was just so like closed off that I just like I don't even like process. Like I don't even remember.
Okay.
Because I was just so like whatever somebody was telling me, it was like I'm just gonna find out myself.
Yeah.
So it's like it really didn't like not it didn't matter, but like in moments like it didn't matter to me because I was just like, she gonna say what she says and I'm gonna do what I'm gonna do. And I'll find out myself. She don't know. And sometimes she do know, But like, I don't know. I just had to find out myself.
Okay.
Yeah.
Should we pick another one? Do you
Yeah.
want to pick one?
We'll pick another one of these. What is something you've learned about yourself because of raising me? I guess maybe through raising me,
Okay.
by raising me, in raising me. What have you learned about yourself?
That's good.
That's deep.
It is. So I have learned, I was thinking about this the other day. I've definitely learned that I'm more of a talker.
Mm-hmm.
And so I want people to say stuff to me.
Yeah.
Like, your aunt and my sister and your cousin, my niece, Heather and Victoria, were on the podcast. And Auntie Heather said something about they have a saying in their house about reading the room, like, picking up on the context clues. And I'm very much a not read the room. I'm I need people to explicitly, like, so I want to sit down and have an explicit conversation about stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And that's not necessarily how I think you, and correct me if I'm wrong, but that's not necessarily how you operate. And so I want you to say this explicitly. And oftentimes you are telling me a lot of stuff and you are saying a lot of things, but it just might not be with your words. It might be through your actions or what you say or what you don't say. So there's like a lot of context clues. And so I was just thinking the other day, like, I'm always wanting people, and it's not just you, it's with lots of different relationships that I have where I want people to explicitly say stuff to me. But if I just read the room, then I can pick up on that stuff without people saying stuff. And so that's one of my recent learnings. I was like, Karris, everybody doesn't always have to sit you down and say, it is this, that, and this. Sometimes you can just kind of observe what's happening, be thoughtful, be prayerful about stuff, and you can get the answers to your questions without somebody explicitly saying that. So that's something that you've taught me.
You've learned how to read the room. That's a good
I'll say
one.
I'm getting better.
Yeah.
I'm getting, or I should say, I'm coming into a better understanding of why that's important.
Yeah. It's like weird because I feel like you do know how to read the room. Like, you can pick up on things. So it's not like you don't know how to do that, or like that you don't do that, because you do. I think just like you said, you just want people to tell you stuff, but you can pick up on things. You do. Her spidey senses are like better than Spider-Man himself.
I know.
Tom Holland could never.
I know.
Tom Holland could never. One of my friends said that they should recruit you for the FBI.
I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing.
They were like, Miss Karris, she needs to be a detective. Like, they need her. It's like, yes, they do.
A part of it is my brain.
Yeah.
I think I told you this.
Yeah.
It's the way my brain works. And it's like my brain is always scanning for inconsistencies or holes or gaps. And so it's just always like, somebody's saying something that doesn't add up to something they said last week. And it's just how my mind goes. And so in some ways, that's a really good characteristic to have because I can problem solve well. I mean, there are areas where that is a characteristic that works well for me, but for like everything, there's pros and cons to you. And so sometimes I can go a little bit, maybe a little bit too far. Yeah. But it's not my fault. It just thinks like, that person said this last time.
Does that drive you crazy?
No.
Like, when I was in high school, I would be like, this has to be driving her nuts. Like, this can't be healthy. Like, I genuinely used to think that, like, something, like, it has to be, like, if I was constantly, like, thinking like that, I don't know what I would do. But then it's like, I feel like, I don't know. Because there's, like, a weird, like, I don't know. I was going to say, is it, like, where's the line between, like, you just like know things or you're picking up on things and like overthinking?
Yeah. And I think it can go too far.
Yeah.
Within like anything.
Yeah.
Anything gone too far can like not be healthy. And I also think, I'm just quoting my sister here. quoting Auntie Heather.
I mean, that is your twin.
It is my twin. But she, not literally my twin, but the kids call us. You all say we're like twins.
They're like the same person.
But she was saying, like not everything you think needs to be said. Like not everything is profitable. We were talking about that, how in scripture it says like not everything needs to be said. And so there are some times where I may know something or I may think something and it's not, I don't need to say it.
Yeah.
So I think it's, to your point, sometimes it can go too far. And then sometimes everything doesn't need to be said, or some things need to be held for a little while and maybe said later. And so.
Yeah. That's such an interesting thing, because I think like in high school, it drove me insane. It still drives me crazy. But I'm like, I wonder like if I had like my own kids, like would this make sense? Like would the way you think like be beneficial? Like, I don't know. But then I'm like, sometimes you just got to let people not just do you don't let kids just do their thing, but like, where is the line between like, let me just let them learn. And like, this is like something I need to like, they need to know I know, and they need to get out of whatever. Like, I need to like, I need to pull up.
Juicy. Yeah, that's juicy.
And take them home.
I did pull up and take you home before. For sure. I did pull up. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. While I was in college, mind you. After high school.
Yeah. Now, without getting into any of the details, like, was that one of the situations? Like, was it a good thing I pulled up?
No.
Okay.
Because it wasn't happening.
Okay.
Like, what she thought was about to happen was never like, whole time, like, my friends and I were in our, like, bonnets on the couch watching, like, a TV show. And so then it was, like, this whole, like, I can see concern. Like, obviously I could see where one would be concerned. But that's when it's, like, it's taken too far. And then it's, like, whole time, like, nothing was even, like...
Yeah.
I was bundled up in a blanket.
Yeah.
In my bonnet.
Yeah.
And, like, I was with my friends. And so it's, like, also, like, without... But then I guess that's hard. Like, and I can't even put myself, like... I can only think what I think, like, a parent would feel like. Because I don't know for sure. But it's, like, a weird line between, like, you don't... But I guess just hard because you just don't know.
Yeah,
like, you don't know what's going on, which can be good or bad. Like, you didn't know full context, like, whole time, like, I'm really just going to sleep. Like, nothing ever played out, and I was going to...
Yeah.
I was watching a movie. But then it's like, where do you draw the line between, like, I see something, or I hear something, or I know something, but maybe I don't know the whole thing, so what do I do?
Yeah, and I think my default position, especially, as you were younger, was always, I'd rather err on the side of doing the most.
Yeah.
Like, I'd rather do the most and it be for nothing than not do anything and then wish I would have.
Yeah.
So I think my default was always, I'm going to do the most.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
But I was thinking about this too the other day, about how... as a parent, you want to, if your child is walking, you want to like run in front of them, and then it's like a shield, and you just want to like repel anything that is coming in front of them. You just like that you think might be harmful or might be bad. And so you just like, I just want to stand in front of you and just be like, get away, bad thing, get away, bad person. And just, like put up my shield and make
whole
sure.
I'm like, hey,
over here.
I'm here.
And make sure nothing harmful touches you, because you want to protect, it's like, I want to protect you, but you have to, there are some instances where you have to do that, right? There are some instances where you have to walk beside somebody, and there are some instances where you have to walk behind them and let them make their own decisions and maybe be there to catch them if they fall.
Yeah.
And so I think my not even just my default position, but my whole position was, let me just stand in front of her.
Yeah.
So nothing bad ever can get to her. And that's, in some instances, that's important and necessary. But in some instances, you have to have discernment and know, like, when do you stand in front of, when do you walk alongside you and just be there as like a guide or somebody to talk to, and then when do you need to fall back and let them experience some stuff and then just be there to catch them if they fall.
Yeah.
But I don't know that I mastered the walk beside, walk behind. I think I was doubling down on the
She was a pro at walking in front of, being in front of.
So, yeah.
But it's like odd because it's like weird because like in my head, like in school, I'm like, oh my gosh, like my parents are so annoying and they're like so strict. But they're real life, like they weren't strict parents. It was just like, it was more like conversation and like emotionally. But like physically, like I could go hang out with my friends. I could do things. It's just like, I didn't want to say anything. Like I didn't want to like talk about anything. So it was like this weird like, but in my head, like all of that result, like my parents are strict. Like I just don't. But it's like, I just never wanted to talk to them. And it's so weird because like you were like overly questioning, like you would question everything. And I'd be like, oh my goodness, like this is insane. And then dad is like, dad don't talk about anything. Like not a thing, not one thing. Dad never like, well, I don't want to say never, but like, I don't know. You were always like the main
character.
Yes. Everything, everywhere, like all the time. Like I remember like, I think it had to be like 3rd or 4th grade. Like, I don't know what happened. Like I got a bad grade on a test or something and she just swiped up everything. And I was, oh, you wouldn't sign a test. It was, you wouldn't sign it. And you took like my remote and stuff. It was so odd. And I was like, but I have to bring this back to school. Like you won't sign it. And dad was just like, I'll sign it. He was like, just do better next time. And it's so weird. Like you guys are like on opposite ends of like the spectrum. It's like dad doesn't ever do like anything. And you're like all the way over here. And it's so weird because it's like, where's the like middle of this? Like it's like full on lecture questioning, whatever. Like when you go into like a detective room and they like shine the light on you, or it's like nothing, nobody, like just there. Not to say that either is bad. I think there's definitely been like beneficial in different ways, like having parents that are like that. But it was just weird, like a weird thing to like navigate.
Yeah. Yeah. I try to get your dad like pumped up, like engaged, ask questions, you know.
And he's like not.
Yeah. Yeah. I think we're both in possibly most parents are like this, or most people are like this. You know, I think we're all shaped by our environments, right?
Yeah.
Like how we grew up. And so I think your dad naturally, although I feel like as he gets older, he's more talkative and more outgoing. But I think as, as like a high school person and, you know, in his like maybe early adulthood, he was like more quiet. Like, I don't think he would ever want anybody to ask him questions, right? Like, so I think he was more quiet, more reserved, you know, less talkative. So I think that shows up in kind of like his parenting style. But I was probably the opposite where, you know, we are a lot more, we talked about as a family, like we talk, especially now. I mean, we talk about everything. Like, you know, we're always having these really deep philosophical conversations about everything. So, and then for me, and I think I mentioned this to you before, there were kind of like 3 things growing up. I was like, okay, when I have children, I'm going to do this. And one of those things was like, talk to them.
Yeah.
Like I'm leaving nothing on the table. Anything I want to say, I think I should say. I mean, I feel like I had every conversation with you that I could have. Like, you know, don't do this because you're going to get an STD or you're going to get pregnant, or, you know, do this, or, you know, like, don't do this. You don't want soul ties. Don't, you know, I said everything I wanted to say. Like, I never not sat you down and talked to you about it. because I grew up and I reflect back on my child and I'm like, I wish my mom would have told me this.
Yeah.
Like I felt like she has so much stuff going on, single parent, raising 5 kids, doing the best that she could do. But I always wished, in looking back, like, I wish she would have told me this. Like, why didn't anybody tell me this growing up?
Yeah.
And so I was like, I'm going to tell my children everything. And so I said everything I needed to say to you.
Yeah.
I sat you down and I said it. But just talking at somebody is very different than talking with somebody or seeing how you felt or how, it was not a conversation. It was just me like, wah, 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 wah. So in hindsight, obviously at the time, I didn't really realize that. Like, I thought I was like doing something, super helpful and good. But it's a product of how I grew up, because I grew up, when I reflect back on my childhood, I'm like, I wish somebody would have told me that. So I was like, I'm going to tell her everything that I can think of, or, that she would need to know. And so I would, sit you down and tell you everything. But there was probably a better, more effective way to do that.
And I think I keep having to like I have to remind myself that like, you don't know, like everybody does what they think is good in that time. And you don't know how things are going to, like, there's probably somebody out there that benefits from that kind of like, that kind of whatever, like, but you don't know until you know, like I'm going on, like, I'm like, oh, I'm never just going to talk at my kids. Like, I'm going to go ask them about it before I even say anything and see like where their stance is before I even drop, facts or whatever this. But then it's like, I could go on and think that's the way to go, and that's going to make the best, perfect mother-child relationship, and it goes left. And the whole time they needed me to just lecture them. Like, I have to remind myself. And as I get older, I think I understand things a little bit more. And I'm just like, you don't know. And I keep having to say like, you and dad and everybody's like living this life for the first time. So nobody knows really what they're doing.
We're giving it our
You're
best
just
shot.
here. Like, what do you even do? Like, you're just here. So it's like,
yeah. I was watching a podcast, and the podcast host, they had a woman. She was in her mid-30s, and she grew up in the church. She, had these, she talked about like, just kind of how hard it was as a young person to balance the expectations of her parents.
Yeah.
But then also doing what she wanted to do.
Yeah.
And so, so she said she basically lived like a double life. Like, she would, around her parents, she would be one way. But then when she was not around her parents, she was just doing another way. And then when she got to college, she was like, I just kicked it,
Yeah.
And so the podcast host said, what would have been something good that your parents could have said to you that would have maybe made you feel more comfortable, like talking to them at the time? And she was like, I wish my parents would have said like that, here are our expectations. Because, you have to have expectations and things for your parents.
Yeah.
But I wish they would have also been like, but I know you're not perfect. And I know that you're going to make mistakes.
Yeah.
And I know, and we love you, we're still going to love you even when you make mistakes. And you can always talk to us when you make mistakes. So and now whether or not that would really make a difference, I mean, who knows? But I think from her perspective, she was just saying like, there's a way as a parent that you can say, these are our expectations. This is how we live. These are our values. These are our morals. But we know you're not perfect. We know you're going to make mistakes. And so if you ever find yourself in a situation, we're here and we're not going to love you any less. And so I thought that was really profound. I was like, wow. Yeah. Because I was winning with here's our expectations, and this is these are our morals and our values, and this is how we live up in here.
Yeah. And I think it's a mix though. Like, I think you can, because I don't remember much in high school, but I remember you say like, no one's perfect. Yeah. Like, you say that. I think it's the response of like one or two times that like I don't even know if I like ever would like full on say anything, but even like a hint of
You
like,
threw out some stuff.
oh,
You
I
tested
did
the
this,
waters.
and then it's like so this big like thing, and I'm like, oh nah, like never again am I doing that. So then it becomes this whole like, oh, you know, then it's just like a slippery slope. So it's like, okay, like I put my big toe in, it's not working. Like that's not like, you know, that's not gonna work for me.
Yeah.
And so now it's like, okay, how can I then I guess kind of similar to whoever that was like, okay, how do I do what I do? How do I explore things and like, you know, whatever, and not like have something blow up at home or have my parents hate me or not hate me, but like it's this whole like, nobody's perfect, we still love you. If you're in this situation, call us and we won't ask any questions. Then I like I did a little bit, and then it's like, but what were you doing? Who is it? Who's this? Da, 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 da. What are you doing?
Yeah.
And then it's like, wait, but you just said that, like, you know, if I said this, you wouldn't ask me all these questions. Or if I did that, like, nobody's perfect, but this is a problem. Or you can tell me this, but now you're blowing up in my face. Like, and not that people shouldn't be held accountable for things that they do. That's one thing. But I think it's just like, for me, in my head, it was such a huge contradiction. Like, you told me if I said this, you wouldn't ask me anything, and I tell you, and now you're asking me questions. Or like, you say this, but now you're acting like you're like responding like this, and that's not even the full thing of what happened. So now I really don't want to talk to you. Now I really can't tell you. And then it kind of like, for me at least, it just created like I just had nobody but my friends to talk to. And I'm like, but my friends, we all the same. Like, nobody, we don't have, you know, only but so much to give each other. Yeah. But I think it's just like, but it's a weird thing because it's just like you don't know. Yeah. You just don't know. Like,
do you have any suggestions for like parents or, you know, moms who have daughters and their daughters are in high school and they're trying to figure out, how do I best parent when I have these expectations, I have these goals and morals and values that I want to instill in my kid, but then I also want to make sure that they don't do anything harmful or unsafe, or I want them to be able to come to me. Like, do you have any suggestions of how moms might establish that with their daughters?
It's like weird because I talked about this with my friends a lot. Like, we talk about this a lot. And it's like, I think it starts before high school and middle school, like with little things like, oh, like if you're, I don't know, like if your kid has like a crush on a boy, or if they, you know, are talking about shaving their leg, like just like those little things. I think your response to things when they're like those little things are what builds up how they like perceive you and how they like, how the relationship develops from there. When it's like bigger things like, I'm dating this person, or, oh, I did this, but, you know, I don't know what to do now. But it's like, but when I just had a crush when I was a kid, it's, you know, or when I wanted to shave, or when I, you know, did this, somebody, you know, she, or your dad or whoever, you know, went off or said, you can't do that, or don't, you know, talk to this, you know. So I think it starts when you're young, but I don't know. It's, I felt, and it's different for everybody. And that's why I keep having to remind myself is you don't know. Everybody's different from the next. Like, Dad always talks about how like me and Deborah are different. Yeah. And our brother, like, he's like, all of you guys, like, you have to readjust your parenting for, you know, you can be in the same house with the same two parents and, you know, you grow up in the same place, but you go to the same, like me and my sister and I, we went to the same school. We have the same, like, you know, but she's in my room now, the same environment, but we're so different. Like, I think the way now I don't know, she's not in high school yet. And I think that's really where things started twisting and turning for me. But it's twisting and turning. I think, but we're different. And I don't know. Yeah. But I do think it starts young. I think you have to like always think about like, okay, how I respond to this now could, impact a situation that's happening in 12 years. And I don't want, I don't want this. Things are only going to deepen. Problems are only going to get more complex. Feelings are only going to get deeper. Like things are only going to get not worse, but just they're going to amplify. And so it's like how I react to this now is what, could, predict what's going to happen later and how, so I don't know though. I don't know.
You have any advice for the people?
I think that's such a hard thing. It's so, yeah.
Yeah. Also, I think going back to another thing that my sister said on the last podcast when she was here was just about how we as Christians can have comfort in knowing that even when we make mistakes, that God can fill in the gaps. And so, as parents, we're all imperfect. We're flawed. We make poor decisions, but that doesn't mean that our kids, are going to, be negatively impacted by our poor decisions, and that God can turn situations around. He can fill in the gaps and ensure that, our kids turn out to be all that he has called them to be.
Yeah.
And so that's clear. I mean, we're all imperfect people. We've all made mistakes with, our kids as you all have been growing up and are still growing up. But God, is able to step in and intervene and turn things around.
And I think another thing that my friends and I talked about is like, and again, you don't know what's going to happen. You don't know how people are going to take things. But I think it's just like really leaning into the like people make mistakes and like allowing your kids to make mistakes and not like, I think it's guidance, but you can't like drag them along with you or like pull them. I think you just have to like,
there's some letting go.
You have to just let them.
Yeah.
Because I think that's where, now obviously every kid is different and some things, and also understand like some things you just can't control. Like you can say everything you need and sometimes they're just going to do what they're going to do. And you just have to be like a safe place to come back to. But if they don't feel safe, there's no place to come back. Yeah. So then that's where it becomes unsafe. So it's like, now they're sick or now they, mess this up forever because they had when it was just beginning, they had nowhere to, had nowhere to come back to.
Yeah.
And so like making sure they don't feel like if they did one thing, they're going to be like bashed for it, especially in Christian households. I think it's so important and everybody's different. Everybody's views are slightly different. I think people's baselines are pretty similar, but I think the way people like go about different situations and different things is very different. And I think also people have to understand, especially in like their teenagers, that teens and like young adults are different. Like they're not going to see, now sometimes they do, but not everybody is going to think like the same way about everything that you do, or even that it says in the Bible. Like it's just, you just kind of have to let people explore things. What you think is bad and maybe what's stated is bad, what God says is bad, is maybe not all the way bad yet in their head. And I think sometimes you have to go through things and then it's like, okay, I see why. Like now it's bad to me. Like now I get it. Now it's like it's clocked in my head. But I think somebody like telling you, this is bad, don't do this. And then, and it's hard, like you're reading it in the Bible and it's like, don't do this, don't do this. But sometimes like, it's just like, I don't think it's bad or I don't feel like this.
Yeah.
So, and not that it's all about you, but sometimes you just have to do things. Unfortunately, like for me, sometimes like I have to play things out until I personally feel like convicted or like, cause sometimes you don't. And that's the thing in itself, I think, at least for me, is there's like so many things that I've done or do that it's like, I don't feel it. And I think that always goes back to like, how much are you in your word? How much are you praying? Because if you're not feeling fully convicted by certain things, that might be a, but I think, anyway, so tie it all back to parenting, you just have to let people explore things for themselves. Yeah. I think whatever situation it is, and not religiously, spiritually, like, you just have to let them go.
Amen.
Let go. Let God.
Let go and let God. Yeah, and that's a really hard part of parenting, is coming to the end of yourself and realizing, okay, there is nothing else I can do here. So God has to step in.
Yeah.
And yeah, and that's a hard place to get to, because you feel like you're so powerless. But as a Christian, and as a believer, that God, he can step in and he can turn some things around. And so what the enemy might have meant for bad, God can use it for his good. So God's plan for your child's life as a believer can still come to fruition, even if, some mistakes were made, some, poor decisions happened on all kinds of people's parts, right? God's plan is still going to come to pass. And so we can have confidence in that. And so even though some things didn't go the way we thought they were going to go, that, God is still working, and he can use that for their good and for his glory. So, but it's hard as a parent, like, not to be able to control everything.
Yeah.
That's tough.
I bet.
Yeah.
So we do another one? That led to a deep conversation.
It did.
This your turn.
Which one should I pick from?
Whichever one you want to pick from.
Let's try another one here. What is one phrase either mom or daughter uses so often that you can hear it in your sleep?
Lank. Lank. That's how she calls dad. Lank. Oh, and it's so funny because one of the my coworker said the same thing the other day, and you always say it's better to have it and not need it than need it and not have it. And I think that applies in like every circumstance ever in life.
That's good. I always think of what I hear you say as period when you say period, which means like I agree or that's right, or you say
it means whatever
good.
You want it to mean.
You say that a lot. That's the phrase I think of a lot.
Yeah. Okay. Period. It's just natural too. It just happens. What is one piece of advice mom gave you that you hated hearing at the time, but now realize was 100% right? I don't know. I don't know. Like, I don't know.
You want to think about it a little bit?
Yeah.
Okay.
Is there anything you think of?
Advice that you have given?
No, that you've given me. I mean, you thought it was right, all of them.
I think all my advice is really, really good. I don't know. We'll let that marinate. Maybe we'll come back to that.
Yeah. Go ahead.
You want me to pick one?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. This is hilarious. What is your favorite color?
Purple. Light purple. Lavender.
Yes. You've been waiting for this question for like 5 podcasts. Like,
it was supposed to be on the first episode.
Yeah. When is the easy question coming out? So that's interesting because that's like a lilac purple. Like that's my favorite color also.
Yes. Your 40th birthday party was purple.
And my wedding.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Bridesmaids dresses were.
Really?
Yeah.
I had no clue.
Oh, we have to get, I guess because we took the pictures down.
But like, I don't ever remember seeing the bridesmaids. Like, I remember you.
Oh yeah, we don't have pictures of our
And
bridesmaids.
didn't Dad wear white? Like,
Yeah.
everybody wore white.
Yeah.
My wedding, I would like everybody to wear black. Everyone in attendance is wearing black.
Your bridesmaids are wearing black?
Everybody. I saw this one wedding and it was so nice. Like, only the bride was wearing white. Everybody wore all black. Like, the suit, the tie, everything was black. It was so nice.
But you,
because it really, yeah, like
did
I'm
the
really
bride
the
wear
main.
white?
Yeah, she wore a
Okay.
white dress.
Okay, not
and that
black.
was it. Everybody else wore black.
Mm.
It was really. It looked really good.
Yeah.
It looked really good. But I'm like, dang, like that might be a little depressing. Like everybody's wearing black. It's real dark in here. And like my husband's gonna be black, so it's like everybody's black and wearing black. It's a lot of melanin.
It's gonna be
A lot of dark. It's a real black wedding.
Oh, that's funny. That's funny. You do like a nice chocolate man.
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
Let's try from this one.
This could go south fast, so let's.
We'll cut that off there. Because the church is full of imperfect people, people get hurt. How do you keep loving God and staying plugged into the community when you've been let down by believers? That's a juicy one.
Yeah.
I got church hurt. Yeah. Our church was messy. Had a messy period.
Yeah. Yeah. But I also experienced like church hurt when I was younger.
Yeah. And I think there's multiple definitions of church hurt. Or like multiple ways that it can like manifest.
Yeah. Yeah.
How did you experience church hurt?
So I went to a church right when I got out of college that was messy. And I ended up leaving that church. And I think there were a couple of responses I had. At first, I was just kind of like mad at the people, like, you know, felt let down because I was younger. They were older. They were in leadership positions at the church. They were more mature Christians. And I was just like in my early 20s. And so I kind of went through these three different stages. I think at first I was like mad at them. Like, how could they do this to me? How could they allow this to happen? I think then I was mad at myself. Like, how could I be involved in a situation, or how could I get involved with that? And then I was mad at God for a little bit. Like, how did you let this happen? But then I think as I just got older, but I never stopped going to church.
Yeah.
I never stopped. Like, that was one thing I was like, okay, I'm going to change my location. But I never stopped going because I was like, I knew I needed to be in a church with the word. Like, I knew I needed to just keep walking out in my faith. So I went through those stages, but I think eventually I really just came to understand that even when, like, people are human.
Yeah.
And they're going to let you down.
This sounds juicy.
And they're going to let you down. They're going to be imperfect people, and you just have to, you know, pray about it. You have to give forgiveness. You have to get forgiveness. You have to give grace. And so for me, I think it's just a par for the course, right? Like, I mean, people are human people, and they're going to let you down. They're going to be imperfect. They're going to do things that are going to hurt you. And your relationship with Christ is not based, like, your faith isn't based on people.
Yeah.
You know, so if you hold somebody in leadership or a pastor in too high of a regard, then when they do something that lets you down, you're shocked.
Yeah.
But if you have a right perspective, you know, obviously as a leader, there are some expectations and they should be accountable. So it's okay to have a standard of your leadership, but they're going to be imperfect people, and they're going to let you down. And so it's just like, I think having the right view of God allows things to happen and your faith not to be rocked.
Juicy. I want to dive into that story.
That's a whole nother session. But
you have a podcast about that?
I could talk about that. But one thing I can say is that through all of that, like, God has been faithful. So
yeah. That's juicy. Period. I picked that one.
Okay. Let's see. Is there a specific song, worship song, or hymn right now that feels less like a song and more like an actual cry of your heart or a personal prayer to God?
Oh my goodness.
So is there a song that is like more than a song? It's actually like your prayer right now in this season of life?
I don't know.
I have one. So you all did a TikTok, but it was just hilarious. You all did a TikTok, Deborah and Victoria. We were
Of us singing?
Yes. And that I have not heard that song in forever.
He has the marvelous things.
Yes. But I was thinking about this the other day about how like that is like an anthem. And that's it's an old school.
I've never even heard the song before.
You've never heard the song?
I've never heard the song.
You actually sound really good singing it. But I was like, he has done marvelous things. Like he has done marvelous things. Like God, in the midst of all types of things happening in this world, like he has done marvelous things.
Yeah.
So that could be a song. That could be a song that's an anthem. The other one is I'm just grateful for you.
That's a good one.
Like all my life, you've been right here by my side. God, I am just grateful.
Hallelujah.
Grateful. So.
Yes. Yeah. I like, Deborah talked about this song a little bit ago called, what is it called? Flowers. And it's a really good song. But she's just like, what did she say? You gotta go through the valley. Basically, you gotta go through the valleys to get on top of the mountain and see the flowers or the flowers bloom or whatever. But I think that's just life.
Yeah.
But I think it reminds you that like whenever you're like going, whenever you're down, there's more to come. Hopefully. Sometimes you might just be down and that's your time. But well, prayerfully, you just go down and then you come back up. And also that nobody, I don't know. In my head, it also reminds me that like I could be in a valley and somebody else could be in the mountain, but I don't know what valley they just went to get there. All I see is them at the top with all the flowers, and I'm like, dang, like, you all the way up there. God, why can't I be up there too?
Yeah.
And then you might get up there and they might fall back down.
Yeah.
Or you might get up there and y'all might dance together in the garden. But everybody has some kind of something. Everybody goes through a valley.
Yeah.
There's another one. I can't remember the name of it. There's a couple. Center is a good song.
Yeah.
That's a really good song. That's a really juicy.
Now, do you know the hook? Can you say the hook?
When they're like you be the center of it all. My heart belongs to you. For the glory of your name. Oh, wait. Is that a different song? That is the same song.
Yeah. Yeah, that's good.
There's another song. Watch Him Work is a good song. Do you know that one?
No.
That's a good one. And it's just like watch Him work all things together like He said He would. Watch Him turn our trials into something good. There's never been a moment wasted. The waiting is the place where faith is. Yeah, that's a good one. Passion that's a good, it's on their set list from last year. That was good.
Nice.
I'm excited for 27.
Yeah. I was just thinking about that. We got to get our tickets.
For what?
To go down there.
Oh, yeah, we do.
Yeah.
We have to get a hotel, too.
To Pineville.
Yeah.
Nice.
Juicy. Let's see. I don't even remember what we were going to talk about.
I know. I do have a question I want to ask you.
What's the question?
Before we...
You should ask the question.
Okay. So I do. So this is a unexpected time to sit down and chat with you. I didn't
Right.
know I'd have this time. And now that we have it, I feel like I ought to just hear from you. Like what is on your heart as a young woman, and you're going into your last year of undergrad, and just curious, like, what are you thinking about? What's on your heart? What do you want me to know? How can I pray for you? And
I don't know.
okay.
No, that's like what I'm thinking about.
Yeah.
Is I don't know what's going on.
Okay.
I'm so confused.
Okay.
But it's weird. I was just talking to one of my friends about this on Sunday, because she was like, do you know, like, what are, like, do you know what you're going to do after graduation? I was like, well, I want to go to grad school. Every time I think I know what I want to do, like, I don't know anymore. Like, I came into undergrad, like, thinking I was going to go all the way through and get my PhD and, like, have a practice and whatever. And then it's like every time I'm like, okay, now I want to do education. And it's like, I don't really want to do that anymore, but I don't know what I want to do now. So then it's like every time I like have some kind of plan, not something derails it, but it's like, then it's not what I want to do anymore. And I'm like, why can't I just want to do something? Like, why can't I just want to do one thing and like know what I'm doing? And so while there's other people that do, there's other people that have jobs waiting for them outside of school. There's other people that like but it's like, I don't know. And I also just I'm scared that I'm going to have to like settle for a job that I don't really want to do, but I'm going to just need to make money. So I just have to do something that I don't want to do. And then I'm going to be miserable. That's a scary thing for like, I think like next year, like I'm so scared that I'm gonna have to go to grad school or not. I'm scared that in the middle of the year and be like, I don't want to go to grad school. That's another thing. And then I'm just gonna have to work some random job that I really don't want to, but I'm gonna have to make some money somewhere. And then I'm just gonna be miserable. I don't want to ever be miserable. I mean, I get some things you just have to do, like you're gonna have to, hopefully I don't ever just have to do something, but I might, and I don't want to do that. I'm scared I'm not going to be happy with my life.
Okay. So those are the things that we can pray for you about. Okay.
But then when I was talking to my friend, she was like, yeah, like it's like finding a balance between, because then there's also some like excitement in the unknown.
Yeah.
So it's like I have like extremes. Like I'm either like, oh my gosh, like I'm so excited to see what's in store. Like I have no clue what's gonna happen, but I know it's gonna be juicy. Like, but then I'm like, but what if it's not? Like, what if I have to like work at Burger King forever? Not that that's bad, but it's not what I personally want to do.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, what if like, like what if I'm stuck doing something I don't like? And then I'm like, dang. But it's like finding the middle of like letting God work things out, but not just like sitting back and just waiting to. Like, what is the middle ground there that's like, okay, I'm doing what I need to do. Like, it's beyond just like going to class, but it's under like, I don't like making yourself so like letting it consume you.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's like finding some middle ground where it's not like you're being late. Like it's not like you're just like lazy and think that something's going to fall in your lap, which it might, but I hope so. But also like not letting it be like at the forefront of your mind all the time.
Yeah.
I think this was juicy. I think this was a nice conversation.
I have enjoyed talking to you, Liv.
I feel like we hit so many spots.
Good.
I think this was a great conversation.
Good. Thank you for sitting down with me and talking to your mom.
Yeah. I feel like now every time we have a conversation, it ends with like a back and forth. This was really nice.
Good. I enjoyed it too.
Yeah.
Well.
See you next time with Doc.
She's Olivia. I'm Karris. And we're missing Deborah.
So it's the DOK Podcast.
Thank you for joining the DOK Podcast.